Man is limited only by his imagination. Sung Lao. Hi.
Testicles 1, 2, 3. Testicles 1, 2, 3.
So I want to talk to you about this dream that I had recently, last night, or as far back as 3 days ago, depending on which me's you ask. Time has been moving slow, really fast since I started taking these shrooms. I dreamt I was a turtle dove, swimming in the ocean, but I wasn't moving. I felt like I was moving, but I wasn't. My energy was slowly being drowned out my body, and I was powerless to retreat or retaliate or unable to avoid what was happening. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? But then all of a sudden, I woke up as a turtle dove. I was a human dreaming I was a turtle dove that woke up as a turtle dove. A turtle dove with a soaked crotch. Now, at first glance, I had believed it to be sweat, but my turtle dove penis has never sweated this much in the 1 to 3 days that I've been a turtle dove. Plus, nothing else on me was wet. So I said, nah, that couldn't be it. Now, at second glance, I thought I pissed myself while I was sleeping. I was turtle dove embarrassed. Like, here I am with two different sets of species looking up to me, and I can't even make it to the Porter Johnson on time. How hilariously sad of me. But then this referee popped up over my shoulder and said, "Brrr." After further review, the turtle dove did not piss himself. Therefore, it is a score. I looked over my shoulder. I said, thanks, ref. The crowd in my mind went wild and shit like, ha, ha. You know, I was relieved, but I was puzzled at the same time. I was like, okay, so if it ain't pee and if it ain't sweat, then what the fuck is it? So I leaned closer to my crotch. I smelled it, licked the tip up a little bit, tasted it. I said, yep, that's pure grade A semen here. I said, damn. Not only did I score, I scored myself. I ooh baby myself. Like, I am an above average swimmer that has spent 1 to 3 days in the ocean. So why am I having more wet dreams? Now my feathers gonna be all sticky and shit. All the other turtle doves gonna be calling me names and shit like Sticky Dicky. I can hear them now. Sticky Dicky, Sticky Dicky. And you know what I'm gonna say? I ain't got no sticky dick. I ain't got no sticky dick. I dropped yogurt on me. Nope, not me. Not gonna happen. So I swam to my bathroom and scraped the yogurt off. Then I swam to my backyard and proceeded to burn my 420 thread count Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sheets. Man, I loved those sheets. I hated myself. I slapped myself. I called myself names like mermaid, degenerate, seahorse. Then I swam inside while my sheets burned to fix breakfast. I opened my water cooler and sitting right in front on the top shelf was some yogurt. The same yogurt that I was going to eat for breakfast this morning. All those images of Sticky Dicky start popping up again. Sticky Dicky, Sticky Dicky. I hated myself. I slapped myself. I called myself names like pocketbook, poppy seed, jellyfish. Then I moved it to the side and grabbed the 1 to 3 day old fish soup that I had, which I have to tell you was amazing. I think it's the sea salt they use, the garlic or lemon pepper. There was some feces in the moth broth, but damn if it doesn't take you away from shittier times. Hold on, click. Magazine idea, shittier times. If you ain't number 2, then you ain't shit. Alright, where was I? So, after I finished eating, I got dressed and decided to walk to work instead of swim, because it was a nice day outside. So, you know, I was stepping along the swimmingly path with all the other walkers, and then I started to notice a trend. Like, one after another, all of the turtle doves were all erect on the sidewalk in a missionary moving position. They all had the same feather cuts, Same leather butts, same moves, same shoes, same longs, tongs, and thongs. So, I stopped. I was confused, but I wasn't overly surprised by what I was seeing. They were all just walking, looking like toys onto the next inspection station on the missionary conveyor belt of life. I thought to myself, now when the fuck do we start wearing thongs? But, more importantly, why does everybody look the same? And then, I looked down and I too was wearing the same shit. Well, except thongs. And I said, no, get it off me. I tried to run, but I couldn't. I almost felt like I felt in my dream earlier, like I was powerless and I couldn't, like all my energy was drained, like I couldn't move or do nothing. So I looked down at my feet and they was covered in mud. And I said, no, not my turtle dove aboves. I just bought these shoes. I went to wipe it off, and before I could, I heard somebody say, hey, look at that stick in the mud. Ha, stick in the mud, stick in the mud. I said, ain't no stick in the mud. Ain't no stick in the mud. I got a porno dick. Can't be a stick with a porno dick. Now at that moment, I grabbed a stick to potato wedge myself free. And I lifted my heel and a smell came with that. I lifted the stick. I moved it closer to my face. I sniffed it, licked a little bit on the tip, tasted it. I said, yep, that's pure 100% shrimp shit right there. Or caviar to the lower class, middle class. I heard a slew of slurs thrown at my way over that shit. They was calling me things like lickety shits, shitalopolis, turtle dookie. I even heard somebody say, more feces, please. Like that Ovaltine commercial. Just to name a few names that I heard. I pried myself away from that shit, and then I threw the stick. But, we was underwater, so it didn't move that fast. And then I ran down this alley between Bikini Bottom and Coconut Top, leaving caviar crumbs with every step. And so, as I came out the other side of the alley, the sun started coming up over Potato Wedge Mountain, and this bus ran over my foot, and then I woke up. So tell me what that means. Like, what does that dream mean? Exactly. Because it's been fucking with me for 1 to 3 days now. Maybe I should ask like a dreamologist or whoever, somebody that studies dreams or something. Or what the fuck J. Cole at? Where J. Cole at? Dreamville Records. He could tell me what that dream means. That's who I need. Motherfucking J. Cole.